As someone who has tried a therapist many times in my life, I understand very well how difficult allocating that time and how expensive financially it can be. So when online therapy came along a few years ago, I realized this would be ideal for someone like me. And since then, I haven't looked back. So today, we're going to check out BetterHelp, the company I ultimately went to for help. We're going to go over what they offer, their cost, their pros and cons, so that you can make a decision and see if BetterHelp is the right fit for you.
Quick heads up, I've put affiliate links in the description for everything we're covering. If you do use them, I earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which does help support the channel.
So, BetterHelp is entirely online, and thankfully, the sign-up process is very simple, though they do want to know a little bit about you and why you're considering therapy, which obviously they need to know. Now, once you sign up, you're going to need to fill out a questionnaire. There are questions like, what led you to therapy? What are your expectations from this therapist? This is needed to give the platform an idea of what you are looking for from the therapist so that ultimately it can best pair you with the therapist that is best suited for your specific needs. Now get this, BetterHelp has over 28,000 fully licensed therapists. They refer you to the ones that are best suited to you based on your answers in the questionnaire. Now, one of the best things about BetterHelp is that if you start with a therapist, but you don't feel like they're the right fit, you can switch therapists at no extra cost anytime you want. All right, now let's touch on how it all works. So first, you don't have to be tied to a desk, as they do have an app and you can use that to talk to your therapist to make communication easier. It's available on iOS and Android, and you can do it anytime you want. Secondly, for a bit of a discount, they offer group classes, which are like an educational seminar of sorts. And lastly, at no extra cost, they give you a bunch of tools to use outside of your sessions. These are well worth making use of, as they help you make the most out of your therapy. Now, for pricing, they don't accept medical or other forms of insurance to cover costs, but they do accept HSA and FSA, and you could apply for a discount if you really need the therapy but can't really afford it, which I think is a pretty cool option for those of you on a budget. Now, as for the actual sessions and the cost, you're going to be looking at around $70 to $100 per session, which usually lasts around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the availability of your therapist. Now, another way to look at this, if you go with one session a week, you're going to be paying somewhere between $280 and $400 a month, which does sound like a lot, but is actually very reasonable when you compare it to the cost of an in-person therapist.
If you want to check out what we're covering today, we have affiliate links in the description. Using these earns us a commission at no extra cost to you, which really helps support the channel.
Now, if at any time you feel like you need a therapist, you can message them for no extra cost. Altogether, there are some great resources that a local in-person therapist would never be able to match, at least not without you having to pay a lot of money for. Things like free access to 20 plus weekly live interactive group seminars, 150 plus digital worksheets and modules that support the therapy process, and an easy scheduling feature that lets you see your therapist's availability and pick a time slot that works best for you. Now, look, of course, no company is perfect, so let's talk about some of the cons. First up, depending on where you're from, the availability of the therapist that you get matched up with you and your preferences, the rates for the sessions can vary as they're not fixed. But generally, you can expect to pay a flat rate of at least $70, no more than $100 a session. And secondly, they don't offer psychiatric help, which some other platforms do, though this won't be an issue for everyone. It means that you can't get a prescription through BetterHelp. So if this is what you're looking for, then you might need to check out another platform like Talkspace, although it is a lot more expensive. Or sometimes your PCP can write you a prescription depending on the nature of the prescription that you need. So what I've really loved about BetterHelp is that you can message your therapist whenever you feel like it for no extra cost. You can communicate your feelings in the moment and build a stronger relationship with your therapist outside of your sessions. I also really like that they offer your group sessions at no extra charge, though of course the timing of these sessions might not always fit your schedule. I also had peace of mind because BetterHelp also requires every one of the therapists to be licensed and have 3 years of experience practicing minimum. So do I recommend BetterHelp? The simple answer is yes. Every therapist that I've encountered on the platform has been experienced, reliable, professional, and helpful. Also, BetterHelp's one of the most affordable options compared to the other online platforms. And as an added bonus, they offer you a ton of really great extra features at no extra cost. You can build a solid relationship with your therapist over time, but you're not going to be charged if you feel the need to switch at any point. Now, something which could be invaluable is that it only takes a few minutes to get an appointment with BetterHelp, whereas with an in-person therapist, it might take weeks or even longer because it's happened to me. I do honestly believe that if you're thinking about therapy, BetterHelp is an incredible option. And that wraps up my review of BetterHelp. I hope this information helps you understand what BetterHelp is all about. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more reviews just like this.
And don't forget, you can find the affiliate links for what we covered right below this video. And if you do use them, we earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which helps support the channel.
Also, if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, on a personal note, it is really important to take your mental health seriously, so please be kind to yourself and reach out to a professional to get the help that you deserve. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.